Hello, everyone. Dr. Suneel, Dhand, medical doctor. I want to tell you something absolutely shocking that I saw the other day when I walked past a community college. And then I want to link it to something that RFK Jr. just said about the health of youngsters in the United States. And I will then explain why I believe RFK Jr., for all of the fantastic things that they're obviously focusing on, are missing a big point here. Let me tell you the story. Let me picture the scene. There I had to go into town to run a couple of errands. And as I'm walking back, I walk past a community college. I glance at all of the youngsters streaming in and out of the community college. They are, all of them, under the age of 30. And I would say that easily, over 50% of them are significantly overweight or obese. These are young people in the prime of their lives. And this is not a cosmetic issue. This is a health catastrophe. I don't think that even the most doomsday prediction would do justice to just how bad this is. Think about this. These are people in their early 20s. In 10, 15 years, they're going to get type 2 diabetes. They're going to get a whole host of other health problems, inflammation, be at risk of heart disease. I mean, these are people, youngsters in the prime of their lives. And something really strange has happened over the last 10 years, but particularly since the pandemic, because things were not like this. I mean, the United States, obviously obesity has been climbing for a good 30, 40 years, but since the pandemic, things are off the charts, especially in young people. And I want to play to you here something that RFK Jr. just said. Obviously, he's focusing on the health of children. Take a listen to this, and I'm going to tell you why I think that the larger point is being missed here.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr., you're HHS Secretary, and I'm joined today with my colleague, Brooke Rollins, who's the USDA Secretary. Thanks to President Trump's Make America Healthy Again agenda, we are finding solutions across the government to reverse the childhood chronic disease epidemic. Today, we released our Make Our Children Healthy Again strategy, the most significant reform agenda to our food and healthcare policies in modern history. The Commission's message is clear. We cannot reverse the chronic disease epidemic without making whole food and the success of the American farmer a national priority. Right now, America spends more on healthcare than any other country, mostly treating chronic conditions, many of which are preventable and reversible with whole, healthy food. But our system recommends and subsidizes processed food for children, soldiers, and seniors. Then it pays for that mistake with skyrocketing Medicaid and Medicare costs. The result, pharmaceutical and insurance companies grow rich while farmers suffer in difficult farm economy. We have to support our soil. We must support our farmers, and we must challenge the interests that profit from kids getting sick. This administration is leading a long-term conversation to change how America approaches food and health. Our reforms include removing harmful chemicals from food, defining ultra-processed food and labeling food clearly, requiring nutrition and metabolic health courses in medical schools, closing the GRAS loophole, and raising infant formula standards, improving food for our military, our veterans, schools, and hospitals, updating water quality standards, including PFASs, reforming Medicaid quality metrics to measure real health improvement through fitness indicators and nutrition coaching. We're also reforming NIH and other research agencies to tackle how food impacts the root cause of chronic disease. Our priorities include nutrition and metabolic health, food quality, gut microbiome, precision agriculture, and soil health. And this year, HHS and USDA will release nutrition guidelines that end corporate capture and put whole food at the center of Make America Healthy Again. This historic effort would not be possible without the leadership of Secretary Brooke Rollins at USDA.
Oh, thank you, Secretary Kennedy.
So there you go. Did you hear that? All very well and good. And again, I applaud RFK Jr. I'm a supporter. But for all he talked about in terms of chemicals, ultra-processed foods, I believe that the bigger point is being missed. And even taking a wider viewpoint at this sort of pattern, which repeats itself over and over again, which is why modern societies really can't solve problems, because they miss the main point. When you have tens of millions of young people who've completely given up on their health. It represents a societal and a cultural failure. I've used the term spiritual crisis before, which I believe it is as well, because so many things go into this. It is not simply about, oh, let's just change a couple of ingredients here. Let's tell this food corporation to do this differently. It is a cultural dynamic that has changed so dramatically. Many of you watching, think back when you were in your 20s or 30s. Look at pictures. It was extremely rare to see an overweight or obese youngster. People at that age wanted to be in shape. In fact, in many parts of the world, you go to France, Italy, Japan, South Korea, the culture is very different, similar to what we were in the United States and United Kingdom a few decades ago. The emphasis is on, oh, young people want to be in the best shape of their lives. They're not going to overconsume. They're going to be active. They're going to walk a lot. I mean, all of these things have completely fallen off a cliff in countries like the United States and United Kingdom. And I think that the people at the top, now that we have people who really want to address the crisis of metabolic health, because that's what it is, need to take a step back and think, okay, yes, food corporations, of course, we know they're terrible. I mean, I barely eat processed foods, but they've been that way for a long time. I mean, as far as I can remember, since I moved to the United States, food corporations have always been terrible. But when I moved to the United States, the obesity levels, particularly in young people, were nothing like they are now. I mean, go to airports, go to shopping malls, go into stores, look at young people now. Something really bad has happened. And I'm looking at this from a health situation. Because believe me, and like I said, the health catastrophe that is going to hit us in 10 to 15 years is unprecedented. As far as I'm aware, nothing like this has happened in human history where young people give up on their health. I mean, what's going to happen to these people in 10, 20 years? It's horrible. It's too horrible to even think about in terms of what it's going to mean, firstly, for their health, for the economics of the country, for having large segments of the citizenry that is non-productive, for other things like fertility, raising a family. I mean, we're talking about significant inflammation and risk of illness. I mean, that's what insulin resistance is. Those of you who haven't seen my insulin resistance videos, please watch them. I'll include a link down below. But we face a pandemic of insulin resistance because of this. And it's only going to keep getting worse. But actually, even worse than all of this is that we have a terrible medical establishment and a medical profession whose heads are not screwed on the right way. They think that the answer to this is to inject people with weight loss drugs for life, potentially. I mean, how is that the answer to this? Injections that come with a ton of side effects that basically paralyze the stomach and stop people from eating. I mean, we need a complete reset here. And I hope that RFK Jr. and the people at the top can see this, that it's not going to be enough working with food corporations and changing rules on product labeling. It's a much deeper problem. I'm not suggesting that the solutions are going to be straightforward or easy. They're going to be very difficult, because how do you change a culture that has become rotten, where youngsters have got into really bad habits, overconsume, not exercising enough, addicted to screens, poor mental health? I mean, basically given up on life. I mean, these youngsters should be at their best. They should be the most active. They should want to be in shape. What has happened over the last few years? It's incredible to me how any doctor out there isn't literally waking up in a cold sweat. I mean, as a doctor, I want people to be healthy. I want them to be their best selves, physically and mentally. But go around yourself if you live in the United States, and same thing in the United Kingdom. I mean, the UK is no better. What's happened to young people? And how did the elders in society let this happen as well to their children and grandchildren? That's another question. I'll stop talking there. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. How do we get ourselves out of this crisis? Appreciate you all watching. I know a lot of you that watch really care about your health. You care about your family's health and well-being as well. And all any of us can do is be a shining example for those around us. That doesn't mean being perfect. Of course not. It means trying to be your best self and understanding that your lifestyle really is the foundation of your physical and mental health. There's no way around that. No drug, no injection is going to save you from that, from focusing on the true fundamentals of what it means to have really good physical and mental health. Thank you everyone again for watching. Leave a comment down below whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Check the links in the description down below as well for my website, all the other work I do, my health program, and my free newsletter. If you're not already signed up for that, why not? Also, our natural health and well-being store, ohighwellness.com if you're in the USA, North America, ohighwellness.co if you're in the UK, Europe. If you enjoyed this video, you will also enjoy some of my other videos on how to naturally optimize metabolic health. Hit the like button if you like this video, the subscribe button for more similar videos in the future, and we will speak again very soon.